What is going on, YouTube? I am Floopy Donkey, and we are getting ready to take on the Carolina Panthers in a rebuild in franchise mode. You see, the Panthers are 78 overall, very young, but also lacking in a lot of key areas. You see, the top three players for the Carolina Panthers are Christian McCaffrey, who, in my opinion, is one of the best, if not the best, running back in the NFL. He's definitely the best all around. DJ Moore, wide receiver out of Maryland, and Robbie Anderson coming over from the Jets, who is having a phenomenal season in the NFL for the Panthers currently. So we've got the offensive talent. Really what we're going to have to take care of in this rebuild is potentially getting a new quarterback. We'll have to look and see what Teddy Bridgewater does. And this defense is lacking in a lot of areas, but they do have some young, great talent, and I'm really excited to show you one guy in particular who I think is going to be a superstar in the league. Let's hop into it. Remember, guys, everybody, to like and subscribe the video down below if you want to see more of these coming. I plan on doing pretty much all 32 teams, especially with the update that Madden's getting ready to do with the franchise mode. Hopefully it's a good one that will make franchise a little bit more fun and so much less grindy as it is. But here we are with the lineup for the Carolina Panthers. We'll quickly go through this, starting with the most important position overall, which is quarterback. We've got Teddy Bridgewater, who comes from the New Orleans Saints, coming off that devastating injury. He got a 3-year deal from the Carolina Panthers. Will Greer, who got drafted 2 years ago, I do believe, by the Panthers, who is only a 63 overall. Teddy Bridgewater is a 77 overall, respectively. And then P.J. Walker, who is the XFL star with a 60 overall. Next, but probably the best player, I think, in Madden, one of the best players in the NFL, without a doubt, is Christian McCaffrey. Runs CMC with a 99 overall. The guy can do it all and will be a mainstay for this Carolina Panthers rebuild. Right behind him is Mike Davis, who has filled in phenomenally for the Carolina Panthers, while Christian McCaffrey has been hurt or out with that high ankle sprain. We have Trenton Cannon behind, and then Alex Armah, the fullback, who is a bruiser. As fullback, really. All right, the best wide receiving tandem, I think, as far as speed-wise, or not the best, but one of the best in the NFL. We've got Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, who is an absolute gadget player, somebody that I am very excited to build this franchise around, somebody that I don't think Ron Rivera used his skill set wisely. And although he was a little hurt those first 2 seasons, I mean, my God, Kyle Allen overthrew probably 10 touchdowns to this guy last year. And you see what he's already done for the Panthers. This year, he's been a third down or a first down machine. He's been the go-to guy for Teddy Bridgewater in third down situations. He's ran the ball. He's caught the ball out of the backfield. He's been in the slot out wide. He can do it all for the Carolina Panthers. And then in the offensive line, where they need the most help, Russell Okung comes over from the Chargers, winning that trade from Trey Turner. Michael Schofield, only a 68 overall. He's going to have to we're probably going to put Dennis Daly in behind him to let him develop and see what happens. That route, Matt Paradis coming in, who is a decent center at best. In real life, he has really struggled at pass protections and holding up for Teddy Bridgewater. A lot of people have just been able to blow right through him, and has put a lot of pressure on Teddy. John Miller, right guard. Tyler Moton, who I was huge on coming out of the draft and finally getting some start time. Another one of those players that Ron Rivera, for whatever reason, did not want to play, but he has found a home at right tackle. And then we've got Chris Manhertz and Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas is definitely going to start for us right away. He has got a lot of speed, and he is a really good project tight end that I think we can do a lot of good things with in this rebuild. Let's switch this over to defense, starting with this defensive line, which I think is the strength of this Carolina Panthers defense. We've got Gross Matos coming out on that right end. Derek Brown, the #1 pick for the Panthers this past year. I must admit, I was expecting them to go with Isaiah Simmons. Obviously, they didn't go that route. He was taken before by the Cardinals, and they ended up picking Derek Brown. But, man, this dude has already made phenomenal plays for the Carolina Panthers this year. We've got Kerr in because this is the current rosters. KK Short, K1 Short is out. He is hurt. We're starting with real-life injuries. And then we've got Brian Burns, who has been electric for the Panthers. Outside of Jeremy Chin, who I am excited to talk about, Brian Burns has been probably the best player for the Carolina Panthers on defense. We go to the linebacking core. We've got Jermaine Carter Jr. here, but we also have Stanford and Marquise Haynes, who Marquise Haynes has made a lot of good plays for the Panthers already this year. Thier Whitehead, who has been he has been a struggle to watch every Sunday for the Carolina Panthers. This dude has missed tackles, round routes complete. Just completely blown by players and not even try to tackle them. And with that 69 overall rating, you see that in his rating. And then we've got Shaq Thompson, the 79 overall, who is our best linebacker. But man, these linebackers, they're tough. We're going to see if we can't deal probably Shaq. He's got a pretty high contract. And just try to do a whole revamp on this linebacker core. I don't know. I'm still deciding. We'll see what we can do to make some moves. Then we've got Trey Boston in at full safety. Right behind him is Jeremy Chin, who is going to start for this Carolina Panthers defense. This guy is ridiculous. He actually plays some linebacker. He plays some safety. He's that hybrid player. He is really what I wanted out of Isaiah Simmons for the Panthers. They got him in a second-round pick, and he has been an absolute steal. Defensive Rookie of the Month already for the NFL, Jeremy Chin. He is going to be exciting to see. He's got that hidden development trait as well, so we're going to see what happens with him. We've got Justin Burris over on the left side of the defense as strong safety, and then finishing up with our corners, we have Dante Jackson, one of the fastest guys in the NFL. We've got Rasheed Douglas there and Corn Elder, Troy Pride Jr. as well. Let's switch over to special teams where we have Charlton, Joey Sly as the punters and kickers, and then got Corn Elder, McCaffrey, Farrell Cooper, who is our return guy. And I think that the punter for the Panthers, I'm drawing a blank. Pilardi is hurt, so they have Charlton in as well. So I'm going to start making some trades, and let's get this franchise rebuild underway. Let's go. All right, guys, here we are. We're already in week 3 of our Madden rebuild, and we've got some players to sign. I think Tyler Moton, we got to get him signed. I think he is going to be a vital piece to this offensive line, and really the only piece that we currently have that we can get. Now, he's 26 years old. I usually like to keep players until they're about 30, because then after that, you start to see that regression. He does have a star development trait, so he will regress pretty hard once he gets in his 30s. But we're going to go ahead and make this offer, see if we can't get him for at least 4 years, and know that we've got somebody. He says he's excited to be with the franchise. That's a good deal. And we also got Curtis Samuel, who, again, I think is phenomenal. Dude's fast. I think a 3-year deal is going to be good just to see if he not regresses, but develops a little bit more. We'll find out and see. He does have an 80 overall, but that speed is really what we like to see. He does have that deep threat ability, and we're going to sign him and see if he wants any more. He says the contract length works, but that's about it, so we're going to have to get him some more money. Guys, I did make some trades. We do have quite a bit. I traded Russell Okung. I traded Shaq Thompson, and I also traded away our 3rd and 7th round draft pick for a earlier 3rd round pick. So we've got a lot of good early draft picks. We've got 3 first-round draft picks, 2 second-round draft picks, and a 3rd round draft pick on this team. I also picked up a defensive tackle from the Kansas City Chiefs to help out with us. He was on the practice squad, so we got him. He was a 69 overall. You'll see him here. It is Willie Hamilton, I think is his first name, but Hamilton there, who I think will be a good addition. We've got Chin, like I said, playing strong safety, who I'm very excited about. But you see that our linebacker core here is, it's bad. We are 0-2. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that we did. I don't think it was. I think that was pretty much it. We got rid of Shaq Thompson. We got rid of Trey Boston. How can I forget? We got rid of Trey Boston, and you see Jeremy Chin is starting for both, but that doesn't matter. We'll get that corrected. This defense is pretty weak already. We're going to hit this midway point in this season, look at the stats, and figure out what we got as far as our team. All right, let's see if we can't get Curtis Samuel on board. I'm not going to try to give him too much. Let's see if this works. There we go. We didn't have to give him a whole lot. Now we've got Rasul Douglas, 25 years old. He's a 78 overall. We're definitely not signing. We're definitely not signing Mike Davis. I don't think we need to get him. Yeah, I don't think we re-sign Mike Davis at all. Joey Sly, I think we probably will. But Rasul Douglas, 25 years old, 78. I think he's pretty good. And for 2 years, I think we'll sign him, see if that development trait boosts up. If not, at least we got a really good slot guy at the worst. Let's see if we can make him this offer and get him in. And he says glad that he got the job done. So at least we've got another decent corner to go opposite of Dante Jackson in this Carolina Panthers defense. Let's keep simming and see what we got. All right, we also got Joey Sly here ready. Now, Joey Sly has a cannon for a leg. This dude can kick it out of the I mean, he just tried for like a 64 or 65-yard field goal. Was it 2 weeks ago for the Panthers? I mean, it would have broken NFL record, and he was literally like just a few feet short, like 1 yard short. He would have tied the record. The dude has an absolute cannon for a leg. He's 24 years old, and what I do with kickers is, man, if you've got the leg, we're going to sign him long term. I mean, and especially in Madden, they don't really miss a lot of kicks. I know when you're simulating, you do get a lot, but the most important thing for that trait is power. He's got it. Let's make him an offer. We never have to worry about that again. We got him done, over with. Now, Curtis Samuel does have a big game ahead now. Panthers are 0-4, but we wouldn't expect anything less. Let's see if Curtis Samuel was able to increase that development trait. He does have that star factor. We won 31-20. So first game that we win. Let's see if it's because of Curtis Samuel. Yeah, he didn't get it done, which, I mean, let's be honest. We didn't think that would have been the case anyways. So let's keep simming and then see what the Panthers end up doing. All right, everybody, here we are. We're halfway through the season. Panthers are 2-6, 2-7. I can't remember. It's got to be 2-6, right? There's only 8 games. And I mean, dang, check this out. Teddy Bridgewater's 14 touchdowns, 1 interception, but his completion percentage is only 57%. That's kind of weird, but it's a good thing he only has 1 interception, so we know he's not turning the ball over. Christian McCaffrey's 5.6, averaging 5.6 yards a carry. He's got 714, so he's going to have a pretty good season. Only 3 rushing touchdowns. Let's see who we got. Curtis Samuel. I mean, I think Curtis Samuel is 8 receiving touchdowns. Ian Thomas has got 5. Good thing we got him started. Robbie Anderson. DJ Moore is not doing anything. I can't believe he's not doing anything. Let's see, go to the defense. Dante Jackson is leading tackles. It's not a good thing when you've got your corner leading tackles. But we do have Burris has 2 interceptions. Jeremy Chin has an interception. No sacks whatsoever. Let's see if Brian Burns has 3. So we're not getting any pressure on the quarterback, and that's probably what's happening as far as there. Joey Sly, 13 for 17. So, I mean, everything's looking okay. Stats are looking all right. But like I said, we're only 2-6. We got a tough game against the Kansas City Chiefs. But let's go ahead and fast forward to the end of the season and see what our outcome's going to be. See if we get a good draft position, because that's what we're really looking for. Actually, before we even go and fast forward, let's see where we're at as far as standings. And we've beat the 2 games we've won have been both against the Falcons. And they're 1-7. We're 2-6, so we're right there for that top pick. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, if I get that top pick, we're selecting a quarterback. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater, if he develops, maybe we stick with him. I don't know. But no, we do not want to cancel. Let's fast forward and see what we got. All right, guys, here we are. We finished the season, I think, 4-11. Let's see what it was. Yeah, we finished, 5-11. So we did finish last in the division, and that's kind of a good thing. That's what we wanted. We wanted to finish pretty much at the bottom of the NFL so that we could use some of those draft picks. Looks like we're going to have the 3rd overall pick, because we did not get a first-round pick from Washington or from New York. We actually beat the Washington football team. So if we'd have lost that game, we would have ended up being with a second overall pick. And I guarantee you both are going to get a quarterback. So we're going to have to look elsewhere in the draft, maybe second round pick for a draft. But you never know. You never know. Let's go to re-signing staff. I am definitely not re-signing either one of these guys. Let's go ahead and fire. Bad regression. We don't need that. With this rebuild, we want to get talent in to our staff that is going to help our team overall. And we also don't need scouting specialty running back overall. I think what we need to do is look at potentially getting somebody that has linebacker or offensive line, so that when we get these fantasy drafts coming up, because I am using C4's draft, he does a really good job with the draft. A lot of people like it. You know, after this draft, we don't have there aren't a lot of reliable draft classes in the Madden share files, so we'll just probably go with a fantasy and go from there. But let's advance and see what's going to happen here, see who potentially is going to win the Super Bowl, and we'll go from there. All right, so here comes one of the easiest things in Madden. I mean, there's really these are really easy to bid for. Like I said, we're going to look for a top scout and trainer. Obviously, the trainer's a lot easier. You just want to get somebody that has world-class regression. And, I mean, I don't think there's really much difference here. Let's go ahead and let's make him that offer. Let's bump it up to 110. All right, and then we're going to go to the scouts. Now, we got to look for some quarterback overall, DB, offensive line. What do we go with? What do we go with? Do we go we've got, I think our DB's okay. I think we need to go offensive line. Let's try to outbid these teams. I'm gonna go with 180, and let's submit this offer. Now we need to give them some time to think about it. Let's see. Oh, let's see if we can't get both of these players. Let's advance. See if we get our players, both of these coaches. We hired the trainer and we hired the scout. Cool. Rashul Douglas is back. Let's make sure to check. One thing I was forgetting is our stats for the end of the season. Let's check this out. So Teddy Bridgewater actually finishes the season with 28 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's a pretty good ratio, but he only completes 57% of his passes, and that's not like Teddy Bridgewater. He's known to be an accurate, dink and dunk type quarterback, somebody who, dishes the ball down low. Christian McCaffrey ends up with 1,300 yards rushing, averaging 5 yards a clip. He had 8 touchdowns. Mike Davis also snuck in 6 rushing touchdowns. Teddy Bridgewater also had 2. It's pretty cool to see. We did not have a 1,000-yard receiver, but Curtis Samuel. DJ Moore was out for quite a long time. He did have a torn labrum. Robbie Anderson got some in. Ian Thomas, man, he had 9 touchdowns. That's cool. Curtis Samuel had 10. Let's check out our defense. So Tahir Whitehead did lead us in tackles. Let's see if we have anybody. Man, Brian Burns, Derek Brown, they did not get the job done. I thought for sure they would have a pretty decent year as far as rushing the quarterback. Troy Pride had 2 or 3 interceptions, led the way that way. As far as tackle for a loss, let's see who we had there. Brian Burns had 15 tackles for a loss. So that's pretty good to see him at least getting into the backfield, making some stops. Let's see how many kicks Joey Slye missed. He had 76%. Not too bad. Not too good either. Obviously, I probably could have made the difference in a few games. Let's go into the awards, see what happened. As far as that, we did not have any weekly award winners. Aaron Rodgers is going to take away with an 8-8 record. Patrick Mahomes, 11-5 with the MVP. Coach of the Year is Mike McCarthy with the Cowboys. Okay. NFC, let's see if we got anybody here. Jordan Hicks, Defensive Player of the Year. We don't have anybody for the Panthers. Jeremy Chin did finish 7th in Defensive Rookie of the Year. Best quarterback. And we just didn't have anybody that really performed for this Panthers team. Yeah, I don't see anybody here at all. So let's we know what we need to work on. Pro Bowl, I don't think we had anybody here as well. Marshawn Lattimore, Jenkins, nope. No, we don't have anybody. So nobody for the Panthers got any shine whatsoever. At least we did get our trainers, so hopefully that'll be a different story next year. Let's see who won the Super Bowl. Looks like it is going to be the Ravens versus the Bears. Okay. We got some scouts, some players. let's fast forward this and see who wins the Super Bowl. All right, looks like the Ravens end up, crushing the Chicago Bears for a 35-17 victory in Super Bowl 55. All right, we've got 21 players we can re-sign. Let's see if there's anybody that we are particularly interested in. Now, we do have a pretty good this is the defensive tackle that we picked up from the Kansas City Chiefs, Tershawn Wharton. 23-71. He's got a normal development, but I think he would be a decent depth player for the Panthers. And worst case scenario, 1-year deal. Let's make him an offer, see if he'll sign for it. All right, he got it. So at least we got some depth for the Panthers there at defensive tackle. DeAndre Walker, 24, 70 overall, 2 years. I'm not feeling it. I don't think we sign him. I don't think we sign any of these guys either. Let's see if there's any young talent. And I just don't see. I mean, there's a lot of, maybe Eli Apple, 26, 77, 2 years. Let's do that. Let's see if we can sign him for a 2.8 mil. He does have a normal development. Let's just see if this will work. If not, no loss. He says he's going to play for a new team. No big deal. We weren't going to, break the bank for him. Let's go ahead and advance into the next stage of free agency. All right, guys. So here we are in free agency, and the Panthers have so many holes on this team that I actually had to make a chart or a list. I mean, there are so many positions that need holes filled, from whether they're starters or we just need depth players. So we're going to scour through, and I'm looking at just some of these, and we're going to look for young talent. I mean, Marcus Williams, that would be an awesome sign if we could get him. We do have Jeremy Chin, but to have Marcus Williams, we can move one of them over to strong safety, and I probably would move Chin over to strong safety if I could. Young talent like that, like Mike Hilton maybe, as long as we don't have to break the bank for them, like 5 years, I don't know if that would be a good fit for Marcus Williams, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to scour some of these and let you know what we end up working with. All right, guys, so this is what I got so far. We've got Jonnu Smith for tight end. We've got a pretty good sizable lead on the bid there for him. Maybe we're overpaying, maybe we're not. I'm really not sure. You know what? Now that I'm here, I'm actually... Maybe we only do a little bit. Let's drop this down some. Let's see what happens when we do this. It's at 83. Okay, at least that makes me feel a little bit better. All right, John Ross III. I really like this. I mean, this dude is electric. And to have him as a fourth option, I think that would be ridiculous. Emmanuel Mosley. Cam Robinson at left tackle, if we can get him. Deshaun Gibson at strong safety, just on a 1-year deal to potentially get somebody who can be a stopgap player for the Panthers until we could draft somebody. And if we draft somebody this year, no harm, no foul. We've got somebody that would be good depth. And then we've got Gabe Nabbers, who is going to be, what a heck of a name at fullback. Only 23 years of age. If we can get him, that'll be good. So let's fast forward through this, see if we are going to be able to grab any of these guys. Hopefully we can get all of them. I think that would be huge. Looks like John Ross accepted his contract. We got the strong safety Gibson, and we got left tackle is that Cam Robinson. We got him all taken care of. Let's go back into free agency and see who we still got left to work with here. My negotiations looks like the Jets outbid us on Jonnu Smith, and I'm not really crazy about potentially getting in a battle war over that tight end, because he is a 26 years old. Keep him for 3 years at 80. I mean, he's probably going to end up regressing to around a 78 potentially. I mean, he might not, but he might. And Ian Thomas actually upgraded quite a lot, and worst comes to worst, there might be a good old Grizzly vet that we could get at tight end in free agency after the end of the draft. So I'm really not that worried about that. Looks like we might get Emmanuel Mosley and Nabbers. I'm actually going to fast forward through this because I think I like where everybody's at so far. And let's see if we're able to get anybody else in the free agent signing. All right, everybody, looks like we did get Mosley and Nabbers. We did not get Jonnu Smith, which I really was not that worried about getting. Let's see if there's anybody else left in free agency left to sign that we could potentially get that's young. Like I said, I want to get Leonard Fournette still out there. No one's grabbed him. That is surprising, but running backs aren't valued as much as other positions. And this looks like they're all running backs and kickers. We do have Jordan Reed. So somebody like Jordan Reed would be a good, I think, free agent signing as long as he doesn't get hurt for the Carolina Panthers, at least until we're able to find somebody. But heck, we might be able to draft a really good player. I think right now we hold put. I don't think we sign anybody. We really only have $7 million left in the cap space. Trading away Shaq and Trey Boston and then having Teddy Bridgewater's awful contract on there is really hurting us. So let's go ahead and fast forward because I cannot wait to get to the draft and see what we potentially get. All right, everybody. So here is the best part of the franchise, without a doubt, is the draft. Now we've got the 3rd overall pick, but unfortunately it's right behind 2 teams who need quarterbacks. I don't know if the Jets will stick with Sam Darnold, but I would imagine that they go with Trevor Lawrence. I don't know, but either way, I think Washington football team goes with them, and we might have a good quarterback there. If not, we will have a good lineman. I think we're in a really good spot to get a few people. Let's go ahead and skip to our next pick and see who gets taken. So Justin Fields got taken. Does that mean Trevor Lawrence is there? Nah, they ended up getting them. All right, so we've got some people to choose from here. I think our greatest need is definitely linebacker, right? I mean, we don't have any type of linebacker help whatsoever. We're okay as far as tackles are concerned right now. I mean, early 1st round for Panay. I mean, that would be pretty good to get. We don't need right end. Micah is an early 1st round as well. There's a lot of different routes we could go here. Dylan Moses out of Alabama is a mid-1st round pick. I think we probably should wait for him. Maybe we go left tackle and go ahead and solidify that offensive line for the Carolina Panthers. We've got enough deep threat as far as wide receivers go. And I think that's the route we are going to go. Let me just look through this with a fine-tooth comb and make sure we choose the right player because this is a big pick for the Panthers. We do have 3 first-round picks, so let's see who this first one's going to be. All right, everybody, so here we are. I think we're going with left tackle, Panay Sewell out of Oregon. You know, I know it's not the most sexy pick, but it is a very important position for any football team, especially a young one, somebody that we can rely on for quite a long time. We're drafting him 81 overall. He is ranked number 1 in true value, and we got him at number 3. That is awesome. He's 81 overall. He's got that hidden development trait. I don't think we could have done that any better. Let's go ahead and skip ahead to our next user pick, see what we've got here. We've got the 12th overall pick. Let's see who we've got. Do we have still any of those? No, we don't have any of those early draftees. Early 1st round draft picks left on the board. So let me go through here again and pick out some good people, and then let's see what we're going to decide to go with. All right, everybody, so here we are. I've narrowed it down to 6 players, and this is really tough for me. These are all mid-level mid-first round draft picks, and I really would like to go tight end or center here, but we already have a center in Matt Paradis. Tight end, I think with our offense, we've got enough weapons with Christian McCaffrey, with 4 great wide receivers that we really don't need to worry about a number 1 tight end right now. And then there's a lot of depth as far as corner goes. I think I'm going with the full safety here, Javon Howland out of Oregon here. I mean, if we check out his measurables, this guy is a draft combine freak. I mean, he was agility through the roof, vert's good. He was 2nd overall in the 40-yard dash. I think we drafted him, and he got – all right, so we reached, but he's a 74 overall. He does have that hidden development trait. I think that's awesome to see. Maybe we reached, but I think that was the position that we needed to go for. Maybe it'll hurt us. I don't know. But also, maybe one of the guys we were just looking at earlier is still here. Let's see. And center, cornerback. There we go. We can go ahead and I'm going to mark off safety off the list here that I had a full list of all types of people, but in all positions. But now we've got a center and we've got a corner. And I think we have to choose one of these 2 just for draft value, getting the most out of what we can here. And we could move Creed Humphrey over to right guard because I don't have a starting right guard currently. I mean left guard or right guard for That offensive line and corner is actually looking pretty good. So I think we go with Creed here. I think I'm going to draft Creed Humphrey. Again, these aren't sexy picks by no means, but it's what the Panthers need. 76 overall. He was ranked 10th in true value, and we've got him at 18th. That's a great pick for the Carolina Panthers. We still got 2 second-round picks, so let's go ahead and fast forward to those and see who's left on the board. Maybe we'll have some good players. A 3rd-round pick, so that means we've got some potentially 1st-round draft talent still here available. And you see we've got Najee Harris is still a big name. Do we have any quarterbacks that we could develop? Kyle Trask, strong-arm quarterback. He's a late 2nd-round pick. I don't think we draft him currently right now. Do we have any 1st-round draft picks? I was hoping that Chaz Surratt would be there out of UNC, a middle linebacker. That would have been a huge, I think, pickup if we were going to get lucky enough to get him, but he doesn't fall in the draft. So I'm going to look through here, see if we can't find somebody, and I'll let you know what we find. All right, everybody, so this is what we got. We've got a left outside linebacker, Halmakar Rashard Jr. out of Oregon State, Marvin Wilson out of Florida State at defensive tackle, Trey Smith at right guard, and then Charlie Kolar at tight end. And I think we have to go linebacker. We do not have one starting linebacker on this team. And I think we have to go this route. I think our offensive line can hang for the time being, but we have to go with him, and hopefully it's a good pick. And so we reached 36 at 35. I think that's pretty good. 71 overall. Hidden trait is there, so maybe it'll be a star ability. Let's go ahead and skip ahead to our next pick, which is our last pick in the 2nd round. We need to make sure to make it count. We got a left outside linebacker on the last one. Is there anybody left on the draft board? We've got a right guard. We've got a tight end. I think we have to go. Do we go right guard and go ahead and solidify? No, because we've got paired. I think we go tight end here. I think we go ahead and get Charlie Kolar out of Iowa State. Let's go ahead and draft him. And good pick. We got him at 43, but he's 35 in true value. Also a hidden trait, 71 overall. I'm happy with that. So now we've gotten, I think, a solid offense for Teddy Bridgewater. And we've got one more pick in the 3rd round. Let's see if we can't choose somebody good here. Let's go through. I doubt that, yeah, there's nobody left on our board. Let's go to Scouted here. I'm going to look through this. We've got some 2nd-round draft picks. I like Kyle Trask here. I think that is a good pick. And I think that'll be a good, maybe, project, for lack of a better term. But I'm going to look through here, see if there's anybody left that we could potentially pick here. And I will let you know what I find. All right, everybody. So here are 5 2nd-round picks in round 3 as far as draft value goes. And the best out of all these is Matt Bushman, BYU prospect, his tight end. He is actually, his combine report doesn't really stack off, but he does have he's a good reception tight end. You see catching traffic, short route. So I'm not really that excited about getting him. If he had some speed, maybe I would be. But I really would like to try out Kyle Trask and see if he has the ability. He's got a strong arm quarterback. He fits our scheme for the Carolina Panthers and what Matt Rule is trying to do here. We could also get away with getting a defensive tackle as well. But, you know, I just don't know. I don't think we go tight end, and I don't think we go center. But it's really up to defensive tackle or quarterback. And defensive tackle, he fits our scheme. Is there a chance that Kyle Trask is even what we need as far as quarterback goes? I don't know. I think we might go defense here and hope that Teddy Bridgewater can be the answer for the Panthers. Maybe it's a bad pick. I don't know. Let me just look at Kyle again. This is hard. This is hard. His bench press, okay, so, you know, throw power, throw accuracy, short's good. Are we going to start him? He's 22. Darius is 22. He's a run stopper. Man, I really don't know what we should do here. All right, everybody. So this is what I came to. We can always get a 2nd-round quarterback in the draft. Sometimes defensive tackles are not there. Tight ends are. I think I go defensive tackle. Go ahead and get some more depth there. But, man, you can see I'm really struggling with this because we've got – I think we go Darius Stills. I'm really contemplating it. I'm probably going to second guess myself, but I'm going with it. And he's a 68 overall. Oh, that was terrible. Bad choice by GM Floopy here, and I think that's the end of our draft. I'm going to look and see who drafts what was it, Kyle there, and we're going to figure this out. All right, everybody, the first thing I had to check was go see Kyle Trask, see what he had. The Broncos ended up drafting him. He was a 68 overall, so I think we made the right choice there. If we look at our draft, let's go ahead and go to the Panthers and see. I think it's a pretty daggone good draft. I mean, 81, 74, 76. I think we hit home runs with our first 3 picks, especially the left tackle. Probably I think the best pick in the draft, right? He was number 1 overall. Was there anybody that was even close as far as overall goes? I mean, Trevor Lawrence, obviously. And but we got the best player in the draft, which is always big. And now we're going to adjust the roster. I'm probably going to move some people around to fit what we need as far as position goes. And then we're moving into the preseason of year 2 with these Panthers. And let me go do that. All right, everybody, just to show you kind of what I did move around Cam Robinson, but check out this offensive line and how better it is already. We've got Sewell at left tackle, 81. Cam Robinson, I moved over to left guard, 79. Matt Paradis, 78. Creed Humphrey, who we drafted as a center, is now at a 77 at right guard, and then Tyler Moton at 84. So, I mean, guys, we really did a good job as far as that's concerned. That offensive line is built up. Our offense in general is, I think, really good, really young, and we've got the potential to do a lot of good things. Defensive tackles, like I said, we've got K1 Short, who's probably coming up for an extension at the end of this year, upcoming season. We've got Derek Brown there, obviously, but KK, I mean, 77, he regressed big time there. We've got Himmelkar Rashid at left outside linebacker. We do not have a middle linebacker. We got Jermaine Carter at right outside linebacker. So we still got a lot of positions that we need to move over. I think I'm going to move Jeremy Chin over to strong safety, and keep Tashawn Gibson at strong safety as well. But we're going to go ahead and advance this thing into the preseason of year 2. All right, everybody, so here we are, week 1, season 2. Just finished the draft, just reordered the depth chart, changed up the some of where the players are going to be playing to start the season. And guys, check this out. Already, we started off the franchise at 76 overall, and here we are at an 82 overall, the 85 offense, 80 defense. Let's take a look at this lineup. I am really pleased with what we've got so far. We've got our number 1 pick, left tackle Cam Robinson at guard, Paradis, Humphrey, Moton, and you've already seen that. We've got Kolar starting tight end. I did pick up Greg Olsen. He's a 77 overall, but we just got him more for backup. DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Robbie Anderson, John Ross. For wide receivers, we've got Neighbors in for our fullback, Christian McCaffrey, Teddy Bridgewater. We have Josh Rosen as our backup. Real Greer got hurt in the preseason, so sucks for him. He won't get to play that much. And to finish out this defense, this young defense that I think is going to be really good as far as the front 4, and then our safeties and our DBs have gotten so much better in just 1 year's time. We've got Jeremy Chin. We've got our rookie Holland playing full safety, Dante Jackson, Douglas on the edges, Gross Matos, Derek Brown, K1 Short, Brian Burns on the line. And then we've got Gideon Buchanan and our other draft pick, Rashad Jr. with linebackers. Now, I think this team is going to be pretty good. We're going to see what happens. Guys, remember to subscribe and like the video to see more content. I plan on doing some more teams and doing these in more small bites just like this. I'll see you all on the next video where we continue to do this franchise, go into season 2, and see if we can't bring the Carolina Panthers their first ever Super Bowl in franchise history. I don't know. Guys, we'll catch you later.